Let me ask you, so when did you abandon the notion that you were going to pick back up after you left? Like, at what point did you say, okay, maybe, you know, like maybe I can actually just do this?
When I finally felt safe enough, and I kind of remember it, right? Because one of the things that I've shared on the podcast so many times was this religion that I was given at birth, and how often I would try to depend on a God that wasn't mine. And it wasn't any different then. You know, the higher power concept is, you know, the recovery movement is saturated with the higher power concept. It's not any different than any other treatment center. Like most treatment centers have it. Most 12-step groups have it.
Right.
Like almost anybody that's trying to get sober or clean has come around to the higher power concept of something bigger than ourselves helping us out. Well, I was still trying to hold on to that higher power, you know, and the God I was given at birth. I was a great one for just beating the fuck out of myself.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Me
huge.
too.
Like, like I was a self-mutilator. You know, I was the guy that would be punching himself in the face, you know, running through walls, wrecking cars, like, you know, cutting myself. Like, I wasn't a cutter, but like it was fun to cut and bleed, like all that kind of stuff. I didn't, you know, so I was a self-mutilator. And I remember I was sitting in group and Margene was listening to me talk, and she was like, ooh. She goes, fuck, Willy. And I hope I never forget it. She goes, you know, I have heard so many people be fucking hard on themselves and beat themselves up, but you are fucking far above par. Like, you're probably one of the hardest persons on themselves than I've ever seen. And she goes, what do you think your higher power, how do you think your higher power would treat you in these situations? Like, what do you think your higher power thinks about you? And I'd never thought of that. Right? I never thought about anybody thinking of me any other way than I thought of myself. Right. I thought for sure everyone thought of me the way that I thought of me. And if I could think of me worse than you could think of me, and I could hurt me harder than you could hurt me, then you couldn't hurt me. I could no longer be hurt. And with her being able to, like, come through and talk to me about that stuff and kind of open me up to that, I started feeling safe in the world around me. I started thinking, okay, well, maybe everybody's not out to hurt me.
Right.
Which was a new concept for me, coming from where I came from.